like so intense, like I thought we were keeping up with the Kardashians at some points. But we didn't actually have enough time, and it kind of did change into something else, and I'm really happy that it did. So yeah, Karla.
So the idea always was to capture like the reality of us, right? And as for now, it's launch phase because we can document India. And just the idea of like a bunch of diverse teens living in San Francisco. So this transitioned into a documentary, and we interviewed Charlie. If you want to explain.
So basically, we just wanted to make it as authentic as we could, just show like the real lives of you guys, fellows, kind of like the personalities of everyone here, and we just wanted to be as real as possible, and everyone showed their personalities and our silliness and everything, and it turned out pretty funny. And
we purposely didn't ask the question of why are you taking a gap year? You know, why are you here? What are you planning to do in the future? Instead, we gave you questions like 3 wishes, what would you do, right? Just to kind of show everybody's different response. But yeah, here are some of the challenges. Yeah, so a big one was we all have very basic editing skills. This is kind of our first time using iMovie, so it was just a learning process as we were editing. Our timing, so making sure our clips went with the background voices and the music and it all meshed well together. And then another one is we did interviews with a lot of the fellows, and we know you guys were all busy doing your own work sprints, so having to schedule all those and making sure that, you know, we had some time to meet up with all you guys. And so we thank you all for, you know, letting us film you guys and interviewing, and we have tried to get all of the fellows in as best as we could, so we apologize if we didn't make it into the video.
In this very pivotal moment in life, when you're in between high school and college, or you're in your college years, to be able to have these experiences for yourself is really important. What does self-directed learning really mean? And how, after we are in this structured environment where school sometimes can be a little bit of a drag, how can we break out of that? How can we make learning fun? How can we have people really get excited about what it is they do and use that to be their best selves? And I think that people wait and always put it onto tomorrow. How do we get people to say, today's my day, I'm going to be the most confident I can be. And that's what college facilitates. You cannot put a price on being the best self. You cannot. Because once you tap into confidence in someone, you're not taking it away.
My greatest talent is trumpet now.
I don't know if you knew this, but see that crack in the nose, it wasn't just between those. I can fold my phone in half.
I can push my stomach out to make it look like I'm pregnant.
I can do pretty good impressions. SpongeBob would eat more. I don't need it. I don't need it. I need it. Former president. My name is Barack Obama. I'm going to show.
10 more wishes. And $2 million so that I can like travel and do my own thing. I like 5 more wishes.
Wipe out all inequality, getting people the support they need to get to the next step. A superpower, telekinesis.
Wish for world peace. I wish for love. That's it.
I wish for life. I don't want to get something like I need support my family. I don't know, just be cheesy and free, I guess. $1 million. You know, travel to every single country in the world. Buy 2 puppies. Then probably 50 years later, probably in Mars already.
I think Kobe Bryant's coming back. I think medicine is going to really change a lot.
Technology's taking over, baby.
And Bitcoin's going to use.
Bitcoin. It's going to be about like lots of rights at some point. That's going to be a pretty big deal. There's like one of the big jumps like making people live longer. 50 years is going to be rough. People seem straight.
My jokes, I think they're funny. I feel like they don't laugh.
So I try to make them laugh as well.
I like exactly like my twin and you're not so romantic. I will never experience fucking massive.
I would get a nipple piercing. I'll never be able to move. Skydiver.
I'll never do drugs or drink alcohol.
First, I would bring one of those juices and trails.
It would be a boat. Now I'd also bring my little sister.
I need a plane, fuel, clothes, enough food, and a knife.
That's 3.
4. A boat and a balloon.
Learning abroad is awesome. Living abroad is awesome. Giving back is awesome. How did we take that once we've learned about the world? How do we take that and then apply it to ourselves? Building that community. How do you find people who are going to help and support you be the best you at all times?
Me and Yzzy did most of it. And we didn't really know what we were doing, so we watched a lot of stuff. And it's just funny because we thought it was going to turn out so amateur. And we were like, well, we can do this. I don't know how we did it.
It was hard though because we had so much content from everybody. Like we had 30 minutes of Charlie, 20 minutes of Allison, 20 minutes of Cole, like so much. And so we sat around
like 10 hours
the computer, the 4 of us, just looking at like the best parts and how do they mesh together. So the editing was definitely the most time consuming.
Yeah, like sitting together and deciding.
This is where we want the timing, this is where we are next to each other, what kind of questions to ask, all this stuff.
So how did you guys agree on the one?
Honestly, like we really didn't have that many problems.
We
Like,
didn't
we just
have-
ended up putting it together, and we were like, wow, it's like honestly, we were like, we did not expect it to turn out.
I think we
Like,
had
it
no problem,
just-
we thought we weren't gonna have enough time, and then we had so much time. and we were like, wow,
Yeah,
this is really
like we just put it together, and we really liked it. Like it just came together very easily.
I think all the parts that we used it was like mutual, like we all knew that those were the parts that we needed for it, so it all kind of just came together.
How do you guys think of what questions you wanted to ask everyone?
I think we just
started with
looked up.
Allison, and then it kind of just.
Yeah, like we looked up some questions, and then Allison was our first one, and then we just took those questions we asked her, like there were 5 of them, and just asked those to every person, and just picked which ones went well with the video.
Was there anything that really surprised you in the process, either in your interviews with people or in working together?
Learned a lot about people that we didn't know.
I think for me, it was like an amazing opportunity to like work with like 3 other women who are so smart and so talented in what they do, and like I'm just so surprised at all of them and like all their different talents and how we all work like so well together actually. It's great.
For me, it was like, I love people watching and so asking the questions and their immediate response. Like, some people are like right away, some people are like, and so that says a lot about the people, and it's so interesting.
Yeah, and that was like for me, like a lot of the editing, that was the first time I really like spent that much time editing a video. And I actually like really enjoyed it. Like hours had just passed, and like, oh my god, it's been like 2 hours that I've been working on this. So actually, I mean, like, I guess I figured out that I like editing that kind of stuff. So that was cool.
So something you put on your first slide is that you wanted people to have authenticity. So what did you guys learn about authenticity from your project?
Not be forced.
Not forced.
Yeah, we definitely had some like forced things that like we recorded and we didn't use those because they just automatically didn't seem right for it, which just shows that like everyone's real personalities are in this video, which makes it really cool.
Yeah, like we had one take, like, I feel like it was like too forced because we just did like, some people were like, oh, I heard this is only like one take, like, can I know the questions before? And so like, if they really wanted to, we would, but we would just be like, oh no, like, we're just gonna record you and just ask it. So that's, I think, kind of how we got it. We were like, one take, you know, so that's why sometimes we had like 20 minutes of video, we're like, oh gosh, we're gonna go through all this. But I think that's what works best for the video.
Yeah, and sometimes like being camera shy turns off your authenticity sometimes. So that was like hard to capture that, like, just be relaxed, like you just answer whatever comes to mind to you, you know?
Yeah, and I think our interview with Charlie, we didn't expect to get so much out of him. He was so brutally honest and true and authentic about everything he said. It definitely made me realize more about the program and what it's meant for, and I think if you guys watch this again and like listen, you have to listen to it like a few times, and it says everything about college and how authentic it is.